Hey everybody, welcome to Story Time with Nick. But Master Nicholas, why is there no sound in the background, you will be asking shortly, and that's because I switched back to DX Story so I can use my microphone in-game and talk to people, but forgot that DX Story occasionally likes to change what it records, so there is no sound. But Master Nicholas, how long did you record with no sound? For 3 hours. Yes, this whole episode story time that you're watching is about 3 hours long, and I had no idea the DX Story changes, so there is no sound, but it's one of my best DayZ recordings ever, so I want to talk over it. My story begins like many others. I spawned in Cherno and I automatically started looting for some places and hoped to find a weapon. I found a creepy welcome sign, and then I found my first encounter. He had a pistol, but he was friendly, and I talked to him, and he was good. I kept looting around hoping to find a weapon, but the best I found was a crowbar. So then I went to the hospital to pick up some medicism to have on me, but I found this little 12-year-old kid. Now even though you can't hear it, he kept on clicking his hatchet, but he was not hatcheting. I'm guessing he didn't know that he had to reload it. So then he took out his pistol and he tried to kill me, but I don't think he had ammo because all I heard was clicking. I asked him if he's friendly, he kept saying he's friendly, so I decided to leave him alone, but I ran into a zombie. As I was bandaging, he showed up and he showed his maturity. He hatcheted me a few times, so I started bleeding vigorously, and then he started chasing after me while calling me names and cussing me the whole time, pretty much showing that part of his personality had unresolved child issues and his parents didn't love him very much. However, in the words of Civ HD, brushy brushy, I managed to hide from him and bandaged. He spotted me while I was running away, but that was not the biggest of my problems. The problem started when I started to pass out. I managed to get up, found a pistol eventually, and any food that I found, I ate it immediately. And luck was on my side because in the supermarket I found a Winchester 1866. But the problem kept on continuing. I was passing out, and passing out. I did manage to make it to the hospital and pick up a blood bag, but I needed somebody to blood bag me. As I was barely staying alive in Cherno, my sister entered to the room and told me she was going to a party. I said, have fun, but then she told me there's gonna be Cleaton and free food. So, I went in the bush and I disconnected. So I reconnected later that night. However, it was nighttime. I adjusted some settings, but I was still in bad shape. My blood was very low. I went to the hospital, but I still had problems. I was passing out and passing out. You get the point. I went to the supermarket hoping to find some food. I saw a player. I talked to him, but then I passed out. It turns out he was friendly and he blood bagged me. And so we became inseparable best friends for never. We decided that we would both travel to the north, hoping to find some better loot. He didn't tell me his name, but I named him Althea, which is supposed to be a mythological name of a Greek god that heals. I'm sure he understands that the circumstances were just perfect for that name. However, now we became inseparable BFFNs, and so we decided to split up and meet at the hospital at the apartment in a few minutes. He would check a few places and I would check the fire station to see if I find some weapons, but as always, there was nothing there. On the way to the hospital to meet up with my BFFN, I saw somebody else. I talked to him and apparently he was friendly, but then he started chasing after me asking why do I sound so heavenly, that I have a voice of an angel and it brings in peace, tranquility and warmth into his heart every time he hears my voice. Before I could tell him about Operation Brownie, he recognized my voice and he's like, hey, what's up, Nick? But then we had to part ways because I had to go meet with the mythological Greek dude. I made it to the hospital, met up with Greeky, and we decided to start out our venture. As we were heading north, we saw something in the chat, and then all of a sudden, BAM! Insta party in Cherno. As we were heading north, we decided to check the barns. I went to the high value one and he went to the long wooden bars. But after that, my new inseparable best friend forever, Althea, the great mythological god of blood bags and healing and prosperity, became a myth. Because he vanished, he ditched me. I called for him, but he didn't answer. And I was sad. I saw him a few times, I called his name, but he never stopped. And so, he became just somebody that I used to know. So now, on my own and alone, I decided that I would make it to Starry by myself. And using some pro-lead style maneuvers through the forest, I found this antenna, which had a dirt road behind it, and it took me straight to Starry.
This is one voice, we can all grow.
I started heading towards the military tents, but when I got there, they were not there. I was just about to leave towards the northwest airfield, but I saw some barbed wire and I wanted to see if they added some new things, and voila! The military tent in greater number. I finally found myself a better weapon, and as I was looting the rest of the tents, I saw somebody. He told me he's friendly and he's a hero, and he's here with a friend. We decided to group up and head towards the northwest airfield because we kept hearing a helicopter. On the way there, I spotted a crash site. We went to check it out, and we also saw another one further away. But as we approached it, we heard some shots. We found a guy, but we didn't want to shoot him because we didn't know what he shot at exactly. We headed towards the northwest airfield and I saw a car, and it had some nice loot in it. We moved closer to the airstrip and I saw a lot of zombie action by the fire station. The hero went up the ladder in front of us with a CZ550 and told us that he sees a bandit on the roof of the fire station throwing grenades and shooting at somebody. The hero said he couldn't get a shot on him, so we decided to keep an eye on the place. There wasn't much I could do because I had a close range weapon, so me and the hero's friend decided to flank around and see if we can get the bandit on top of the fire station. My plan was this: we will go to the fire station, I will climb the back ladder, and when the bandit is gonna peek to kill me, him or the CZ550 hero will take him out, hopefully before the bandit gets me. As we were running towards the fire station, the bandit opened fire and tagged the friend. I made it up the stairs, put a few bullets in him, and then made it to the roof and finished him off completely. We regrouped on top of the fire station, which is a stupid place to regroup, but we did it for some reason. The hero had to disconnect, so me and the friend went to check the barracks, but the server was restarting in 3 or 4 minutes. We decided to call it a day and disconnect. I'm still alive in this server and I will continue playing, and if you guys want me to, I will record and make a video on it, only if you guys enjoy these things and show some support towards it. The file sizes are huge, the editing time is quite lengthy, and the rendering seems to move in slow motion. I hope you have enjoyed this and I hope to see some great feedback from this. So, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe.
Big in our own lives, but what's real anymore? 'Cause when I look to the skies, I've never felt so small, it's alright.